Welcome. My name is Dave Ives, and I'm going to be walking you through some elements of your back office. Of course, the back office is an incredible platform, and it has many facets and many tools that's going to enable you and aid you as you build your Zinzino business. So during this training, I most definitely won't have the opportunity or the time to go through every aspect of your back office. What I want to do is treat you as though you're brand new, and then walk you through some of the key elements and areas that you're going to want to spend time in, and some of the areas that you'll want to get to grips with over your first 30 to 60 days as you're utilizing the 30 to 60 day fast start incentives. So let's go ahead and log into the back office. Of course, you'll have your partner ID that you would have had from your welcome email. And in that email, you will have a computer-generated passcode. Generally, it's a combination of uppercase, lowercase, and numerical digits. And then you'd put that in to your password. Of course, once you've actually got into your website back office for the very first time, you're going to be able to amend that to a more memorable password, which clearly I've done. So every time you log in thereafter, once you fill out your personal information, you'll always be greeted with this screen in front of you. But what I'm going to do in the first instance is go to user information. Now, when you're first logging in for the very first time, you're going to be greeted with these categories to address. And initially, you will see that those boxes are unticked. And it's important to understand that the first box, share my business data with partners and higher ranks, you want to make sure that is ticked. Reason being, that allows the people that are working alongside you, that will be supporting you, will be able to access your sort of dashboard remotely from their own back office to see your credits, to see the volume, to see how your left and right side are developing. So as you start to familiarize yourself, they can track and monitor that because you've allowed them to see that detail. If this is unticked, then they won't be able to see that, and they won't be able to guide you. They most definitely won't be able to access the information to see how close you are maybe to a new pay point or a new rank in your business. So always make sure that one, that is ticked. And as you start to register new partners and walk them through their getting started training, make sure that is ticked also. Hide me from recognition announcements. Now, obviously, if you leave that unticked, that means as you rank advanced through the company has its own internal recognition. And so they will recognize you as you move through the ranks to diamond and beyond. You'll see in the back office, they rotate recognition in the back office. So if you wish not to be recognized, then leave that. Actually, you have to tick that. Leave it unticked, and as you move through the progression of the ranks, you'll be recognized. Then make me visible to customers looking for a representative. You want to make sure that's ticked, because as the word of Zinzino gets out into the marketplaces, somehow somebody may have heard of the word, the company, balance oil, or getting it tested, and something makes them go to the search engine and looks up Zinzino, comes to the corporate website. And what the company will do is everybody who goes to that website that does not have a referrer needs a referrer, whether it be a customer or they want to join. They will be asked for, who is your referrer? Now, if some random individual goes to the website and they're in a location, the company will, through their database, get the partners in that area and will rotate those ones who have said, make me visible, and fairly allocate those potential cold contacts and put you in front of them. Now, if you're not highlighted, then you will not be in that rotation. So make sure you are highlighted. Then make sure that this is selected as your preferred default income center. That's a whole nother training. But when you enroll with one of the enrollment packs, you get 3 business centers. And initially, you are building position 001. Again, as I say, we're going to be another training on that for you. Your default placement, you either have three options: balance, left, or right. You want to leave it on balance and don't change that until such time that you are counseling and communicating with your sponsor or someone in their line of sponsorship who will look at your business and advise you as your two organizations start to develop. But initially, leave it as balanced, because we want to initially try and get your business to build left, right, or right, left, depending on which team side you've been placed when you initially got sponsored. And then the first person you bring in, you're going to want to place them in the same side that you got positioned. So you need to communicate again with your sponsor and make sure that you understand what side were you positioned, so the first person you bring in will go on the same side. The next person, opposite. And basically you build a balanced organization. Now, as you progress, one of your organizations may have momentum, may have somebody that joins your team that really runs with this, and you'll see some volume being created greater than the other organization. And then you can then start to look at your organization and decide to which side that you need to be focused on to actually maximize the compensation plan. But initially, leave it in balanced build and then counsel with your upline before you start to change the strategy of your back office. These are all quite straightforward: your partner account details, contact details. And here is where you would change your password. So when you initially go log into your back office, you can go in here and put that computer generated password, that temporary password, and create one more memorable for yourself. And of course, every time you complete one of these sections, before you move on, just update it so everything is saved. Of course, add your profile picture, all your business details, and that is all your user information. So click on home, and you're going to see every time now, here's that recognition I referred to. So the recognition is internal recognition. So for professionals who maybe have status or a high standing in their field of endeavor, and they think recognition is about public recognition, this is actually internal recognition, to acknowledge your achievements, to acknowledge the success that you're creating as you're building your business. So above that, in the center section of your page, you'll see our newsletter that is released every Wednesday. Beg your pardon, every Friday, I should say. And then we have upcoming events, and we have generally a number of ongoing campaigns. If you click here, you want to know about the campaign of the month, then generally it will be the first campaign of that particular month. And then it will be various versions of that campaign in various languages. So click on the campaign. It will produce the PDF for you. You can download it, put it somewhere visible, so you're reminded as you're qualifying for the campaign, the criteria, what needs to be achieved, how do you qualify, and what's the recognition, what are the rules of the campaign. So everything's always very clear when it comes to campaigns. The question is, make sure you know how to access the data and the details so you can have clarity when a campaign is running. And there's going to be ongoing campaigns. So as you scroll down, you'll see there's a fast start campaign and the ultimate partner campaign. So when you registered and when you register new partners, you're going to invite them to obviously register as a partner with you and then select the appropriate enrollment kit. And we know that some of those options have a refund opportunity. So make sure that you know the criteria of that refund policy. How do they qualify? What must they do? What steps must be taken? And what are the campaign rules? So then at least when you're teaching or sharing with a potential partner who wants to join you, the information that you're giving them is correct. And the information is always accessible in your back office. So if in doubt, just literally go to your back office, which I've clearly just shut down. So bear with me one moment as I bring that back up. And we're just going to reboot and re-enter. Hopefully I'll just simply, my account is still open. So go back to my account. And so your campaigns will sit here. So, and the first of every month, always go here and check. Now you will get an email as a partner about the month's campaigns and exciting developments in the company. But as a good housekeeping, first of the month, you want to go to the campaigns to be the first to hear what's going on. And underneath there will always be updates, news, announcement, promotions. So for example, we have a weekly corporate call, and this week we have an international legend speaking to the organization. So there'll be an email that's gone out to the database of the partners, but you can always get the information. What time is it? What time is it in your specific market? How do you access that presentation on that specific date, etc., etc. So the company's very good at keeping the field informed and communicating with us. What we need to do as independent partners is take responsibility to learn to know where to go, how to navigate, and how to source the information. And then each year, of course, the company provides a luxurious 5-star all expenses paid trip around the world this coming 2021. It's going to be in Mexico. And so here you can keep track of the criteria and the points and how you would qualify for those trips. So it's very simply for Director 2021, you would click here and it will give you a little overview of the trip that's ahead. How do you qualify? A very motivational video, and then how to actively go out and create the appropriate volume and the points to accumulate over a year's period. And generally these are October to October. And October is generally our leadership, our corporate annual event. And then you can qualify within that period from October to October. So there's a lot of exciting tools and resources always in the center of your homepage. So now let's go to the left-hand side. I've really told you a little bit about the news, which is obviously the weekly newsletter. Recognition, as you can see, is obviously here at the center as well, the director trip. So you can access these categories either by the center of your page or through the index on the left-hand side. But I want to take you to the file library. File library is a resource beyond anything I've ever seen. But a simple rule of thumb is I encourage you to think any documents that you need to find are in the file library. So when you click on file library and you see the subcategories, we can break that down to customer material. So if you want the customer offer brochure, if you want the customer presentation, if you want information like that, then obviously under the customer material, you can go and see the customer offer. Now this is of course a digital format, and in your enrollment pack that you have selected, you're going to get hard copies of this. But you've also got digital versions. So you can download these, create a file on your desktop, create a specific file for brochures and download all the PDFs and put those in there. So they're accessible for you on your desktop rather than having to log in to your back office. And you can see just how professionally all the documentation is done that the company provide us. One of the exciting things about Zinzino is you can build an international business. So let's say you start to build your subscription base and it goes beyond your market into other markets. So let's say you have a customer or a potential partner in another country. Let's say Spain, for example. You can select the Spanish language or the symbol for Spain. now click on the brochure that you may want to be sending your potential customer. And instantaneously, that document is now translated into Spanish. So here we are, already done. And you now can build a customer subscription base in another market. And so as the country goes into and starts opening other countries, imagine the huge global potential for you to build a home-based business globally. And the company provides you the tools and resources. So let's go back and turn that back into English, because as I move forward, everything will be in Spanish and I will not be able to understand what I'm trying to share with you. So here you can look around, spend some time at looking at the documentation. Forms that we need. If you're a company and you need to be applying for your VAT payment, this company Zinzino is a bona fide, legitimate, compliant company in the markets it's open in. So make sure that you understand that when we open officially in a market, and we're not just drop shipping into a market to a customer base, but if the company has a real corporate presence and we are registered in that company, then you're going to find forms applicable to your market. So that's where you'll find them, forms. So taxation, transfer of data, partner transfers form, everything you're going to need is going to be under forms. And one of the ones you're going to want to address immediately is your partner supplement agreement, or I should say supplementary agreement partner form. And this is something that you're going to need to complete. You're going to need to scan and return back to Zinzino, because by doing that, they're going to then process and open up your web account. So I'm just showing you where that document is, but you're going to want to do that pretty soon after getting started. Be able to set up your web account, so as you start to earn commissions, you're going to be able to draw those down weekly, but you won't be able to do that unless your web account is activated. And to activate your web account, you will need to complete the supplementary agreement partner document. So forms, always under forms. Of course, as you got registered, you would have signed up for your Z for free auto order, which is our monthly overhead. Of course, we get the product that we chose, and we also get a mobile app called GoCore. This is hundreds of hours of incredible content, from category specific, prospecting, product knowledge, goal setting, personal development, and the list goes on. We can categorize it via speakers that you particularly may like to listen to, from maybe our founders or external speakers or leadership that have created success in their Zinzino business that we can learn from. Well, that's called GoCore. And that is included in your monthly overhead. And here we've provided a 2-page web PDF that shows you how to access your App Store or your Google Play. So go find the particular app and how to download and install it onto your mobile smart device. But of course, this is something maybe your sponsor may have already done for you. But if not, here is a PDF that will show you how to do it. And then we have marketing tools and for only internal use. This is a great resource. These are documents. These are white papers. These are random clinical trials on maybe some of the ingredients that Zinzino uses in their products. Some are random clinical trials on maybe some of the ingredients that Zinzino use, that the ingredient has also been used in other trials. So it's not Zinzino products that have been trialed, but the ingredients that we may be already using, or some random clinical trials on the effectiveness of maybe omega-3s during pregnancy. You can see here the categories that have been written about and documented are incredible. Now, what I will make a bold statement here for you to pause for a moment. We cannot make medical claims in the public domain. So when it says for internal use, this isn't for us to be able to plaster all over social media. This is for us to build our knowledge. This is for us to be able to communicate with people on a one-to-one basis, that we can use this point of reference to validate some of the things that we are sharing with them about the importance of health, not what our product can do for them. We cannot make medical claims, but if we give them the right information and we give them the right resources, they can come to their own conclusion. So for internal use, it's an incredible resource, but if in doubt where you can utilize this, always check with your upline or even corporate and make sure that you are not going against any compliance issues of how we use these documentations. Now, partner material is where you want to spend a lot of time in. Partner material, same as the custom material, you'll have your business presentation, you'll have information, compensation plan, but the biggest thing here is called the Express Star. This is really your module. It's an 84-page, well-publicated document that takes you on a journey, takes you from a very beginning of how to set goals, how to start making a list, how to manage your calendar, how to understand the significant difference between gathering customers and gathering potential partners who want to join your business. The information about your digital platform called Zinzino Hub. So here is an incredible document that if you ever have a question, always refer back to your Express Star. If you want to know, for example, how to set up a meeting, how to have a coffee meet, how to have a customer presentation, how to approach people that you may not know, cold contacts, how would you open a presentation about the business? How would you use social media to maybe do a Facebook Live? How do you interpret the test results? And so on. This is your module. Again, this is an incredible reference for you. So this is your digital version. Again, in your enrollment kit, you are going to have a hard copy. It's an A3 printed version. I would encourage you to carry that, have it attached to your hip. So anytime you have 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, it will never hurt to keep diving into it, and you start developing the knowledge over the next 3, 4, 6, 12 months to be conversed in your business. This is a professional business. This is an incredible industry. And those who treat it so are the ones who succeed because they treat it like a real business. Product sheets. Every single product that Zinzino has a product sheet. Now, again, you can see here we are in English, but let's just use the balance oil as an example. You're talking to someone, you're asking them if health is important to them. You ask them if there was a test that could validate whether they were in or out of balance. Would they be open to watching a short 2-minute video? You go source that video, as you know, from maybe your own unique link, or maybe just get the balance presentation video from zinzino.tv. That's another whole training. And you send it to them and they watch the video and they come back to you, or you follow up them if you are really professional, because as you position that invitation to watch the video, you line up the follow-up in that conversation. And you get back with them and you ask them what do they like best, and you answer initial questions, and they may say to you, look, I would love more information on the product. That's when you can go to your product sheets, download your PDFs, again, creating a file on your desktop so you have access to these immediately rather than having to keep logging into your back office. And you said, not a problem. I'm going to send you a PDF on the product that will explain the science, the volumes, the percentages, the ingredients. You don't need to know. Of course, as over time, you'll learn the composition of a product, but you don't need to know. And here's my genuine advice to you. When you do know, act like you don't. If someone asks you questions for ingredients, what are the volumes? What are the they, is it keto friendly? Is it GMO? Is it, say, hey, look, that's a great question. It is, to my best of my knowledge, but I don't want to mislead you. So why don't I do this? Let me send you the corporate official PDF that will have all the information and answers to your questions on it. When we start to use the professionally produced documentation, when we start to use the professionally produced videos, then we do not need to be the expert, but we must become good at sharing and leading them to the information. Again, you know, you can change the languages. Let's choose German this time. And so we're going to go to product sheet, and instantaneously it should be in German. Maybe German is not one that's actually linked yet. Let me try another one for you. Let me go. Let's do French. That's clearly not linked either. This is great. I'm doing a recording. Oh, it says French. Okay. Let me see here. Maybe I just didn't go down one. There we go. It's in French. So see if what I did with the German one, okay, yes, I didn't go down one below. There we go. See, it's okay to make errors. So let's open that one up. Here we are. It's in German. Wonderful. So you can see the company has thought of everything to provide you with the tools, the resources to enable you to build locally, nationally, and internationally. If you want to build on Facebook, some great Facebook trainings. Again, I better change the language back so I know how to use and read so Facebook Live Manual, how to change your name on Facebook. It teaches you how to use Instagram. So the company is really providing you so much content that it's going to save you literally a lot of money that you would pay a third-party trainer, coach, institution, yet the company's providing you the tools and resources to build your business. So everything that you want to know that's documented, it lives under File Library. And every time you want to close anything down, you'll see in the right-hand corner of every little section is arrows. Or you can click on what you were just looking at and it will compress it and close it down for you. So let's now spend the next short moments and share with you some of the business elements so you can get an understanding. Again, over time, you will familiarize yourself with it. You will get more efficient with it. And by spending a little time inside your back office, working maybe with your sponsor, maybe going in there yourself and playing around and then writing down maybe 5 or 10 questions that you want answers to, so your upline, your sponsor, the team can answer and help you get clarity to your questions. So let's look at your organization. So here your organization is your genealogy tree. We're going to build 2 teams in Zinzino, a left team and a right team. So here there will be obviously your ID, and it will be you. And you'll see you start to build a left team and a right team. Now, it doesn't mean that you only ever sponsor 2. You can sponsor and enroll as many partners as you like, but we only build 2 teams. So once you sponsor your 3rd, your 4th, your 5th, your 32nd, your 48th, your 74th, you're going to place them in the organizations that you have already created. This is an incredible system where you're paid to infinity on the volume that's created in 2 teams. And the way the volume's calculated through the compensation plan, it takes a while for some to get the understanding, but when they do, they see the value of this type of model is really designed for people that play team, because we help each other. Because once you sponsor one and two, three and four, five, and many more after that have to be placed under other people on the team. So as you help other people on the team, they'll turn around and do exactly the same. And so you've got everybody creating momentum in your organization. And we can do many more breakout sessions and trainings specifically on the organization. How you place someone in your genealogy tree. How do you use the waiting room? How do you view details? So that's a whole training in itself. But I just want to give you a feel for the genealogy and how you can literally click on your organization, and it then drills down onto people in your organization, and you can get their details. So for example, here, let's look at this gentleman here. He's a partner. That would have him, I could actually put his name in here. And it will bring up his partner ID. And then I can actually view his details. Remember at that beginning when I said tick that your upline can have access to your details? If he hadn't, I wouldn't be able to view his details. I could see him in the team, but I wouldn't be able to get into his account to see his dashboard to actually help him. So, but because he has ticked it, it will come up with all his details and who was his enroller and where does he fit in the line of sponsorship. But then I can actually bring up his dashboard and see what his status is for that period of time. I can go and see how close he is to some new income levels that particular week of that week. And how many customers does he have? And how many team customers does he have? And how that he's hit the rank of an A team with over 25 personal subscriptions. So I can see how close someone is in the organization, providing that they have ticked allow the upline to see the information. So when you get started, or when you start someone, make sure that we go through their administration so we can have the greatest impact in helping them. So that's your organization. Again, we can do a whole training on this, which will be available in the resource part of our team support. But this just gives you a feel for the organization. Your customers. As you start to see customers, again, a whole new training on this also. But customers, as you enroll your personal subscriptions, these will be your personal customers. And the great thing about that is you can then see people that are your customers and what they purchase. And by clicking on this little arrow, it will open your customers' details, their contact details, what are they registered for, or they want to register you could actually register a customer for them, and you can actually log in to their customer account and help them with anything they may have issues with. You can check on their orders, you can check on their subscriptions. Now, your customer will also have access to this because this is their back office, but you can have access to it to help them to make sure nothing is an issue, or when their situation arises, that you can go in and get the information so you can then communicate with customer services and get issues resolved for them and provide them service. And customers may refer other people to you. And if that's the case, then you can actually, as I was sharing with you a moment ago, if this lady said, well, I've spoken to someone and they're quite keen to know more and they refer them to you, then you go through that process. You share a little bit about the product, a little bit about the test. You send them the short videos, you follow up with them, and they want to be a customer too. Well, that was this lady's referral. So you could, instead of trying to get back with the original customer and get the right timing for them, you can actually go through your back office and actually register that customer for them by simply going through now as though that customer was yours. So you would select the country. Then it will click go registration. And then it would take you to the customer offering where you can start purchasing the products that that customer wants. And then you can go through ordering it and then going through the checkout. And then that newest customer would appear, as you can see here, we are under that existing customer's account. So we can help customers with their referrals to actually do the registration on their behalf to help your customer. Why? When your customer gets 4 customers, their products for free. How would that be to help you to retain your customers for long term? Simply, a customer that you have refers 4 people that does 4 times the volume of their own order, and that customer's order is for free. They only pay for shipping. So again, that's another training lesson that we can create for you. But this is just to really give you a feel how to navigate around your back office. Reporting, this helps you on a weekly basis. This helps you let you know where you are as of that time in of the week, of the month. So you can look under the month criteria. It will tell you what you're banking. It will tell you exactly how many credits you are to the next rank. And you can then break it down to who are your top producers, historical credits going back month after month. So that will break down your monthly reporting. Again, that's a whole new training. Then you can click on the week and be very specific. Remember, we are going to be paid weekly and monthly. So on a weekly basis, and our week runs from 1 minute past midnight on a Thursday morning to 10 p.m. the following Wednesday. So any volume that's created in your left and right teams and is in balance, again, if you're not too sure, speak with your sponsor, when that you are paid on balance volume. So you can check your team commission, you can check your customer acquisition bonus, you can check your mentorship bonus, volume bonus. You can see for yourself. So over time, you'll get to know where you can earn money, how close you are to the next pay level. And that's when you start navigating through the reporting and keeping an eye on how your organization is doing, what credits are being created, how close you are to the next level. And again, there will be trainings on these specific topics for you to actually, we'll be able to drill down for you to be able to learn. Your finances. Here, very simply, once you fill out that form of that supplementary agreement partner form and send it off, then the company is going to open and activate your web account. When that's done, you can actually create your own security code. And when that's done, it opens up, and that's where you're going to put your bank details. Once you put your bank details in there, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the company processes commissions that are requested. So when you want to withdraw money from your web account, you literally go into your web account, you enter your passcode or your security code that you've created, and then you may have 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros from the week before. You request that payment, and the company will process that payment on a Monday or Wednesday or a Friday. So let's say over the weekend, you see you have 1,200 euros and you want to request it. Well, you can request it over the weekend, but it gets processed on a Monday, office hours. So if over the weekend you thought about requesting it, but you forgot to do it, and you had to go to work, or were busy on the Monday, and you got home and the office hours was now closed, and you went to request it, you would have missed the processing of Monday for your request. But that's okay, because they take the request and they now put it into the next processing batch for the Wednesday. So the company process commissions 3 times a week. So as you get started, You won't be making a lot of money up front. You'll be making, 50 euros, 100 euros. So that's a good time to make sure, where do you find your supplement agreement partner document? You go to File Library and under Forms. So again, spend some time navigating around. So we're going to close that down. So here you have reporting, then you have finances, and also your Zinzino Hub. Your Zinzino Hub is your platforms of replicated websites. This is your CRM. This is your contact manager. This is your autoresponder. So there's a lot of content here. And I would encourage you to take some time. Don't worry about learning everything here, but there is a great welcome message from Orion and Hilda. There's a training that they will suggest you take the time to go through. In fact, it's only 25 minutes long. There's 7 categories on how to do certain things. And I encourage each and every one of you to do the training and then schedule once a week for the next number of months to go in, refresh, and learn more each time. It's only 25 minutes, so you can allocate some time in your busy diaries. So in the home page, I just want to show you, this is where your replicated websites live. Your skin serum page, your business opportunity page, your business invitation page, Viva, and of course our flagship product, the balance oil. So this is your unique link that will have your partner ID. And so you could literally copy it. You could put it into a Facebook Messenger, Twitter, LinkedIn, email, WhatsApp, text. And when the individual you have spoken to opens your link, they will see your one-page website that has information on the product, on the test, and also a short video for them to watch. So this would be the link you would send somebody of your own because you've spoken to them. You've asked them if health was important to them. You've asked if they were open to checking out a 2-minute video that you would love to send them. And this is that link that you would send them. What's so exciting here, again, is the company have produced the ability to change it in multiple languages instantaneously for you. So that's another whole training. But again, I'm just showing you your initial orientation and navigation of the whole platform of what the company has put together for you. So when you invested in your enrollment pack, and particularly a refund enrollment pack, your ultimate or your health protocol, that this is included in your investment. So you can go back to your office. You're now back in your home office. And so you can see here, over time, you'll learn how to navigate, spend time in monitoring your business. You can look in a snapshot in real time of what status you are at. Where do you need to work? How do you work there? Content and documentation on products and customer material and partner material. There's so much content here. So I hope today I've shown you a little bit about how to get around your back office. The important areas to spend some time in and learn over a period of time. But don't let that slow you down from inviting people to look at the short videos if health's important to them. Don't let that slow you down from inviting people to take a look at the opportunity, because your sponsor and the team will show you how, through your getting started training, how to make a list, how to prioritize, and how to identify who are you going to be talking to about becoming a customer, and who are you going to go and approach to take a look to potentially partner with you and help you take this wellness revolution message, not just into your own town or country, but globally. Because I've just shown you how what the company has done to be able to enable you to do so. I hope that was of benefit. Do not worry about remembering everything. This is an ongoing learning process, and you have the reassurance that you have a great team and a great company that is with you every step of the way.